Today, I'm diving deep into the shocking secrets surrounding Jimmy Swaggart and his wife as I try to uncover the truth behind her silence. Jimmy Swaggart, a well-known televangelist, has been surrounded by controversy for years, and his wife, Frances Swaggart, has finally broken her silence about his shocking secrets. The couple has been in the public eye for decades, and their marriage has been a topic of interest for many. Jimmy Swaggart's life has been marred by scandals, including a highly publicized sex scandal in 1988 that led to his resignation from his position as a prominent televangelist. The rumors and controversies surrounding him have been ongoing, and many have wondered how his wife has managed to keep silent for so long. Frances Swaggart has been a pillar of strength for her husband, but it's clear that the weight of his actions has taken a toll on their marriage. After decades of silence, the wife of America's most scandalized televangelist has finally broken her silence. Frances Swaggart just made a jaw-dropping revelation about Jimmy Swaggart's final days and the massive fortune he left behind. What she said is shocking, and what she didn't say is even more suspicious. Was it love or legacy control? You'll want to hear every word. For years, Frances Swaggart stood quietly by her husband's side through global revivals, public humiliation, and a televangelist empire that shook the foundations of American Christianity. She was the poised First Lady of the Jimmy Swaggart Ministries, never breaking her polished composure, never giving in to public pressure, until now. With Jimmy Swaggart's recent passing at 90, many thought his legacy had finally been laid to rest, but they were wrong. In a rare and emotional public statement, Frances Swaggart has finally spoken out, and what she revealed has sent shockwaves through both the church and the media. From behind the pulpit to behind closed doors, she's unveiling what life with Jimmy was really like and what he left behind, financially and spiritually. We're talking about an inheritance worth millions, property tied to ministry money, lingering questions of who really controls the Sun Life empire now. And the most pressing question, was it truly a marriage built on faith or a carefully preserved brand? You won't believe what Frances said about the fortune or who she hinted might be cut out completely. This is where the story really begins. Long before Frances Swaggart became a household name in Christian broadcasting, she was simply Frances Anderson, a soft-spoken Louisiana girl who would go on to become one of the most influential yet least visible figures in American televangelism. She met Jimmy Swaggart when she was just 15, and they married in 1952, just a few years before Jimmy would begin his rise through the ranks of Pentecostal preaching. At first glance, she seemed like the typical preacher's wife, supportive, quiet, and rarely in the spotlight. But insiders have long whispered that Frances was far more than just a loyal spouse. She was the strategist, the gatekeeper, and in many ways, the architect behind Jimmy's empire. As Jimmy's ministry expanded through radio, television, and eventually a global network, Frances took on a crucial role behind the scenes. She was the one managing communications, scheduling crusades, overseeing finances, and protecting the brand. And let's not forget, while Jimmy preached to millions, Frances hosted her own program, Frances and Friends, where she sat at the table not as a silent partner, but as a bold voice shaping discussions on doctrine, politics, and faith. What made her unique was her ability to maintain composure through absolute chaos. When Jimmy's infamous sex scandals broke out in the late 80s and early 90s, the world expected Frances to leave. But she didn't. She stood next to him during the tearful confession, wiped his tears on stage, and walked out of the sanctuary with her head high. That moment cemented her image as either a woman of unshakable faith or a calculated protector of power. Over the years, many critics have asked, was Frances the true power behind the ministry? Was she the one calling the shots while Jimmy stood in front of the camera? Former ministry insiders have suggested that Frances kept meticulous control of their media empire's operations, down to knowing who got paid, how much, and who was being watched. She may not have been in the pulpit, but she reportedly knew everything happening behind it. The rumors and controversies surrounding Jimmy Swaggart have been extensive, with many accusing him of wrongdoing. His history of scandals has led to a significant amount of scrutiny, and it's been reported that he has been involved in some shady dealings. Despite his attempts to revive his career, many have questioned how his wife has continued to stand by him. Frances Swaggart's decision to break her silence has sent shockwaves through the community, and many are eager to hear her side of the story. Her perspective on her husband's actions and their marriage has been long awaited, and it's clear that she's been carrying a heavy burden. As we dive deeper into their story, it's essential to consider the complexities of their relationship and the impact of his actions on their marriage. In a recent statement, Frances Swaggart revealed some shocking insights into their marriage and her husband's behavior. Her words have left many stunned, and it's clear that she's been hiding a lot for years. The revelations have sparked a heated debate, and many are questioning how Jimmy Swaggart has managed to maintain his public image despite his questionable actions. The significance of Frances Swaggart's statements cannot be overstated, and it's clear that her words have opened up a new chapter in their story. Her bravery in speaking out has been praised by many, and it's clear that she's taking a stand for herself and their marriage. As we consider the implications of her words, it's essential to think about the future of their relationship and the impact on their ministry. To sum it up, Jimmy Swaggart's shocking secrets have finally been addressed by his wife, Frances, and the revelations have been eye-opening. Her decision to break her silence has sparked a necessary conversation about their marriage and his actions. If you have any thoughts about the situation, please leave them in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out another video on our channel that dives deeper into the world of celebrity scandals and controversies. Thanks for the watching and